What's going on, everybody, and welcome. Today is a pretty big story. You guys may not be familiar with it because we haven't talked about it yet, but I was sent this story and I continue to be amazed. We find a lot of lines between what activism is, what activism isn't, what trolls say, what pro police say, what pro activists say. And then you find these cases that are so egregious that it doesn't matter what side you come from or who you are when you watch these videos. You watch them with absolute abhorrence and distaste for the people that you see in the videos. And I tried to not make the title clickbait because if I recounted to you anything that happened in this incident, you would think it was clickbait, which is why I labeled the title Cops Caught in Insane Excessive Force Get Sued, First Amendment Audit. I've been in contact with this woman, Celinda, and her significant other, Anita. And what they have went through, to say the very least, is jarring. Interesting because they were smart enough to pick up their phone and video record this incident. And they were also smart enough to go ahead and get the body cam from this incident. This is one of those incidences, and everyone welcome. Please hit the like button on your way in. I'd like to give a special shout out to our mods. Thank you guys for being awesome. Also to our members here right now, Beth Meadows, shout out to Ross Khan, As If It's Your Business, Steve Harloha, Banana Rana, and everyone else in the chat. Really appreciate having you here. Today's story is pretty egregious. I'm going to start backwards, move frontwards, and I want to show you a picture. Now, they did sue. They are actively going through the lawsuit process, and they are being put on a spat for speaking out in this specific case. So this is a headline from the National Parks Press in Burlesville. This is in Oklahoma. We have to fight. Lawsuits are ongoing against the Washington County sheriffs. Now, let me read you, before we get into the actual video footage, a little bit from the newspaper article here. Now, you see that one of the parties has covered their face. But let's take a look at this here. It started as a fairly innocuous day for Dewey couple Anita and Celinda. A friend who was in eviction proceedings with a tenant found the rental home he owned missing a window. So they arrived to help him board it up. When the tenant arrived upset, things escalated and 911 was called. When Washington County Sheriff's deputies arrived, things escalated again. Now, you'll normally find that mainstream media is very pro-police friendly. It usually takes such a blatant case of excessive force, such as this, for mainstream media to even bow down to the facts and say, let's not paint a pro-police article. And that's exactly what this is. Within 8 minutes of law enforcement's arrival, the Hayes women were arrested, receiving injuries in the process. Now, 18 months after the incident, the women say those injuries are still significantly impacting their lives. They are seeking restitution through 5 separate lawsuits against the county and leading an online campaign to expose their experience. A direct quote from Anita: "Look at us. We have no lives. We have nothing. Every single step we have to fight. The fight is getting harder and harder. I don't know how much longer we can do it." Now, this case is a multifaceted case where there's many things involved. And thank God for body cam footage, because it's the body cam footage that proves this case. Now, I'm in contact with Celinda and Anita. So this story is not just coming from the body cam. This story is coming explicitly, Ken Dalton, what's up, brother? And specifically from them. And let me explain to you a little bit how this started, and then we'll get right into the body cam footage. A home that is within their family was being rented out. So on July 17th, 2021, Celinda and Anita respond to the home because they hear that a window might be broken. Now, there were squatters in their home. So this is not the normal people with the crazy arrest record that lives questionable life and they have the sordid past. These are very much normal citizens. They rent out properties. They engage with their community. They're very much normal citizen. So this home has been boarded up for over 30 days. There were squatters living there refusing to leave. They show up and they see that the window is broken. When they get there, the squatters actually call the police. So the deputies are dispatched to the home. When they get there, it turns out that the deputies, and this is admitted so by the deputies actually assisted in breaking in the window to the home so the squatters could break and then enter into that house. Within 8 minutes of the deputies arriving to the home that these women own jointly, a woman's back is broken, she's tased, and it just gets worse from there. They draw down a firearm on an 8-year-old small child. It gets worse from there. After they are battered and arrested and brought to the police station and then booked into the jail, their life comes into question. Now, there's a lot of, now take this for what it's worth. I don't know because I was not there presently, but their civil rights were certainly called into question. And this is not a lie. Anita's back was broken by 5 deputies. This is confirmed by medical reports. It's confirmed by video footage and written communication within the jail. 5 deputies beat her so bad that she is still wheelchair bound to this day. Now, I would refer you to this picture. She covered her face because she was getting such backlash from her community, but that's her sitting in the wheelchair. She is in a relationship. These are 2 women that are happy and have sustained a relationship with each other. Once they got to the jail, their sexual preferences were called into question, and then they received beatings at the hand of the Washington County Sheriff's deputies because of their sexual past. Do I know that the deputies that responded to this call knew that they were homosexual and targeted them because of that? There's no way that I know that, and I'd be baiting to say that I did. But it seems to have played a part from the very beginning of the story until where we are now, which I find absolutely egregious. And this is one of those things where you're like, AFA, this sounds crazy. You need to show us proof. I have proof. I've broken it down to the point where one of the women is laying down on the ground, face down, arms and hands outstretched. She got a taser. The police officer takes the woman to the ground, and she says to the other deputy, "He's got my gun. She's grabbing for my gun. She's got my gun." You can clearly see, thanks to video evidence from not just the body cam from the other officer, but from the several other people that were standing there, that she did not reach for any such gun. Her hands were palm down on the ground. The deputy's head, because the way she twisted, her head was on top of her hands. The deputy has her firearm to the side of this woman, while the other officer is literally on top of her. I'm going to show you a picture of what that looks like. Actually, you know what? The thumbnail of this video was that picture. I'll just upload it real quick so you have a little bit of an idea, because I want you guys to see photographic evidence when we talk about this stuff. We're going to actually have both of these folks on next time. Okay, perfect. So you'll see the woman has been, the person on the ground is the deputy, is one of the deputies. Okay, that's the female deputy. Now, the person in the middle is one of the women involved, and the person on top is another deputy. The way that she was tackled to the ground, keep in mind that the deputy is much smaller, probably 5'2" in stature, and I would guess about 90 pounds soaking wet. The woman that she tackled is considerably taller and weighs a little bit more. So the way that they fell, this woman fell on top of her. She immediately removed her firearm and said, "She's grabbing for my gun." You can clearly see the woman is not grabbing for any firearm. So she's got a gun pointed at her and a taser pointed at her. But we're going to dive right into the video evidence so we can kind of break this down just a little bit. Thanks, everyone, for being here. I really appreciate it if you guys could all hit that thumbs up button. And I'm continuously checking my messenger to make sure there's nothing that I miss. So I would ask everyone to check out this channel. They are actively going through a lawsuit. They are suing. and they're doing quite well in court. I don't expect these deputies to have a job much longer. But this is Washington County Reality Check. This is the channel of these two women. They only have 20 subscribers. I would hope that after we watch that video, you folks at home discouraged by these plain acts of violence could increase the number of subscribers that they have. They surely need the help. So let's pull it up here. We're going to go to body cam footage 1, but why not start off with a bang? And I say start off with a bang because it really shouldn't be, but let's start off, just so you guys get an understanding of what's happening here, with a woman not resisting, laying flat on her back, getting tased for no other reason the deputy can.
You are going to do so. You are going to place your hands. I am not. I did nothing wrong. Place your hands on your back. Thank you. Don't fucking hurt. Okay.
Micah, everything will be all right. Your mom or Anita have done nothing wrong. They've not done anything criminal.
You guys are going to jail. You guys are going to be sued. You are going to do so. You are going to place your hands. I am not. I did nothing wrong. Place your hands on your back.
Now, the reason this is painful for you to watch at home is because it is just painful in its concept. You see this woman spread-eagled laying on the ground, offering zero resistance, and she's tased. You immediately see the gentleman filming go to a car that has a small child. So he has a split responsibility here. He's doing two things. He's trying to make sure he gets photographic evidence of this plain and clear abuse. He's also trying to make sure that the child is calm, because this, I can only imagine what it's like to see this type of video. Now, this is one of those things where I have quite a few people that watch me. I have activists that watch me. I have people that are from, pro-police communities that watch me. I think we can all understand that somewhere in the middle, a woman laying on the ground, spread-eagled, should not be tased and have a 10-year-old child have guns pulled on them. So let's watch this one more time, and then we'll get into the deputy's body cam.
Thank you. Don't fucking hurt. Okay.
Micah, everything will be all right. Your mom or Anita have done nothing wrong. They've not done anything criminal.
You guys are going to jail. You guys are going to be sued. You are going to do so. You are going to place your hands. I am not. I did nothing wrong. Place your hands on your back.
So I don't have to try and put a spin on that. I mean, it just quite simply is what it is. Hello to Flat Derp. This is a very serious show we're doing here now, but I do want to bring attention to Flat Derp's video that he has coming out. So I will address that at the end of this show, and then we'll follow up with an AFA crew. Love Flat Derp. Just great job. And also shout out to Denise Lynn. Denise Lynn is one of those activists that does not stand with the norm. She will stand with whatever's right, and she will call it as she sees it. Whether she calls me out for doing something wrong or she calls someone else out. And now she is being attacked because she has had the passion and decency to stand up against someone that we all know is Chili, who's done something wrong, who's now attacking her for that. So, guys, if you want subscribers to your channel, I would ask that you type a 1 in the chat, and then everyone can see that one and then go subscribe to those channels. Ed2276, if you're just getting here, let me play this one more time for you, because this is what I'm trying to do. I want to bring awareness, and I think that we can all agree that sometimes it's hard to bridge a gap when we have cop watchers and then people that are kind of pro-police communities. There's different things that we can look at and say, oh, we don't agree. But we can bridge a gap, I would say, when someone who's offering no resistance is laying on the ground and gets tased and then later has her back broken. Let me play this one more time. Then we're going to play the entire body cam uncut.
Thank you. Don't fucking hurt. Okay.
Micah, everything will be all right. Your mom or Anita have done nothing wrong. They've not done anything criminal.
You guys are going to jail. You guys are going to be soon. To me, you are going to be served. You are going to. Place your hands. I am not. I did nothing wrong. Place your hands on your back. Thank you.
I mean, I think it's pretty easy for anyone to call that out and say that when a woman is laying face down on the ground, complying and doing exactly what you ask of her, to deploy a taser on her and then to break her back is probably going to be considered uncalled for. But let's move right along to the body cam footage. Again, the name of this channel is Washington County Reality Check, and I would like to thank these two brave women, Anita and Celinda, seen here at the front page of the Burlesville, I can never pronounce it, Burlesville Examiner National Parks, because they had the courage to stand up and actually sue deputies for what you're seeing in this video footage. You guys have never seen this before. They've been trying to get their story out there, but no one wants to pick it up. Why? I can't be the arbiter of that, but when you look at everything, it's pretty clear that something very wrong happened this day. Please excuse some of the quality of the video, because what she's doing is she didn't know how to upload the footage directly. So what you're watching is her recording with her phone the body cam that she's playing on her laptop. So let's watch.
You're next. I'm trying.
Yeah, they started doing it away.
I can't breathe. Yes.
Side, get on your knees and get up.
Come on.
Now get up. Stand up.
Hold on, I have a broken foot. You have to give me a minute. Okay.
Daryl,
That's enough, Daryl. My civil rights attorney is gonna eat you. Eat you up! Eat you up! Come on. Jesus Christ. No, you do not. You're going to jail next. Daryl, record it. Look what she's doing to me. Look what she's making.
Now, keep in mind, folks, there's actually two women here. So you have Celinda and you have Anita. So that's going to come next. We have quite a bit of body cam footage to get through. But I want to preface this by anyone who's just tuning in. These are women who own the home. Their family owns this property. So they evicted someone lawfully through the courts, evicted them. 30-day notice, change the locks, all that. So the people that were evicted, the squatters who no longer have rights, that were evicted successfully from court, show back up at the home, contact deputies and say, hey, we've been locked out of our home. The deputies bust the window in and let these illegal squatters, they've been evicted successfully, into the home. These two women find out about it, that a window is broken at their home, and they go show up to investigate as to why their locked property has been busted. At that point, the deputies show up. Now, there's a ton of video to break down and stars. Yes, so I am going to put, and you can also do a little bit of investigation here yourself. The channel's name is called, let me Washington County reality check. So there's so many videos and they're broken into so many different parts. So yeah, I would ask you guys all to take a peek at this at your own time as well, so you can break everything down and kind of figure out exactly where you stand. But yes, Ed. And you know what? I don't think it was any fault of the cops originally, because I just think they were less educated than they should have been, Ed. These cops showed up to the home and the people showed their ID. You know, this is where I live and I'm locked out of my house. Can you help us? And the cops can't figure out the door, the locks. They don't know why the locks don't work with their keys. So they bust in the window. And none of this is in question. It's all admitted in the police report, which is why mainstream media has taken such a liberal stance in as far as these women go, because you'll notice liberal media doesn't normally do that. It's very clear that something was wrong here. So we're going to kind of bounce back between two body cams. I'm getting a couple video updates to make sure I don't want to get confused here. Let me take a look at this real quick while we're on the phone. Okay, I got a couple of different videos you're going to be going through. So let's watch this first, and we'll just continue.
Get recording it down. Get on the ground. No, ma'am. I got Taser, taser! Yes, she did. Thank you. Daryl, I have done nothing, Daryl. Please place your hands behind your back. Nothing? Ma'am, please. She grabbed the phone. I'm going to tase you. You saw me grab. Yeah, it's really bad. Out of my hand. Okay. Grab the phone out of my hand. All right. You are going to. This really hurts. Please place your hands behind your back. I did nothing wrong. Place your hands behind your back. Thank you. That fucking hurt. Okay. I can't. 1 second. You guys all hands in jail. You guys are going to be sued. Oh my goodness. You guys are going to be sued. You saw I did nothing. She grabbed the phone out of my hand. Please relax. Proceeded to throw me on the ground and tase me while I was in an eagle prone position. You just wanted to talk, man. Eagle prone position. And you guys just fucking tased me. My girl was tough. That was a bad idea. Holy shit. They're recording all this because they just did shit. They just violated my civil rights, my healing rights. Oh yeah, I'm going to request those body cams, guys. Okay. Please get up. Believe me, I am going to request. Please get up. Up, ma'am.
And now for a different body cam. Yes, Bananarana has made an excellent point. No threats of violence in this channel. The chat is completely opened. I would love everyone to give their feedback and give their thoughts, right? There's only a couple rules. There's no doxing. There's no credible threats of violence, and there's no homophobic or racist remarks. If you love me, you can comment. If you hate me, you can comment. This is your place to be. As bad as I think these cops are here, we're not going to wish death upon them. We're not doing any type of that behavior. Everyone is free to have a thought process on this channel. So now we're going to go to another body cam view that I think is very interesting. So let me go back for a second here. And mods, please, if you're new, don't time out people that have difference of opinions. I used to consider them trolls. But now the only way we can bridge a gap is if we can explain our position. And I don't want anyone timed out just because their position might be different than ours. So this is Ballard Body Cam Part 1, Police Brutality. All right, this is the one that we want to hear. Again, excuse the quality because she's recording her laptop. She didn't know how to upload the actual body cam directly to it. Yeah, so we're going to find out how you get positioned with that like that in the first place, because this one shows the deputy approaching. So let's watch this one.
What's going on? I got these people here. Can you back up, please?
For what?
Where's
Where's the attic?
there ain't no axe.
Well, I was told there was an attic, so for my safety, I can be as close as
Bullshit,
possible.
there's no axe.
Okay. What's going on?
So to interrupt real briefly, this is why the officer is confused, and I think you can attribute it to his training. You have to understand, for example, that a police officer in Boston, Massachusetts, as a rookie, is going to start off with $90,000, and that's before he's going to work his details and all the other ways that he will have to make money. But you have to look and understand that the quality of what you get is the quality of what you pay for. And the deputies out at Washington County are not making that much money. So the more educated people that might be able to formulate thought and understand the law a little bit better and at least do basic investigations, they're not going to want to work for the type of pay that they're getting out in Washington County. Now, this officer shows up and approaches the homeowner. But he doesn't quite understand that she's the homeowner because he just broke into this house for a breaking and entering just a couple hours before. Because this is the homeowner. They own it. They chained up the doors. They had the squatters evicted from court. And this cop, the same cop, shows up and says, "Oh, your keys don't work. That sucks. Well, let me break the window for you. Let me let you in there." So now he's showing up and saying, "Oh, what are you guys doing here? I just let the homeowner in." No, you let the burglar in, is what you did. But this is straight up Barney Fife type shit that we're watching. So you have to kind of understand that.
What's going on?
Where's your legal school at?
I went to legal school.
Well, you know a lot more than I do, correct?
Damn right I do.
Okay, then why don't you tell me the trespassing statute?
I'm quite familiar with it. But I can tell you for a fact you're entitled to be here. Yeah, I don't know.
What's going on? What's going on?
What's going on is that people have no authority. Yes, we'll be providing all the details.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. So, why are you guys here?
We're here to help my friend. And we're going to be new owners.
Well, how's she trespassing?
She's not living here. We've been here every day this week. There's not been a soul here.
I've been here for 2 years. I've been here multiple times. So she's been living here for at least
Okay, she was living here prior.
So I find this part entirely interesting, and please excuse the wind. We can't help wind affecting the body cam mic, but now we have the homeowners explaining who lives there. Like, you're speaking to the homeowners. You know what I mean? The family that owns the home. There's a very easy way to get past all this and just cut through it. All he has to do is call in the property and get the names that are on the property. He can simply ask them for their ID. Hey, let me get some ID. Let me run that your names are on the property. There's so many different ways that they could have found out who shouldn't be there. But you know when that bridge should have first been crossed? When the deputy arrived at the home hours before and let in the wrong people. No IDs asked for. He gets a call. He shows up and the person says, my key don't work in the door. I can't get in my house. I'm not breaking in. Thank God you showed up. And Barney Fife says, well, I probably shouldn't ask if you live here to show me proof that you do. Why don't I break the window for you and just let you in? That's not a key. That's a window. It's breaking and entering.
to live here.
But she has moved all her stuff out, correct? And she has
Yeah,
not been
it has
legally.
not, she's been,
She has not been legally evicted.
okay, the eviction notice was taken off the door. So it's,
Yes, sir. If I get called here because there's somebody threatening somebody with the axe, that's assault matter. So that is
There's no assault.
okay.
There's no
That's
assault.
why I'm here. So you guys are going to give me an ID, or you're going to jail for obstruction. Do you want to go to jail for obstruction?
I would like to see you try.
All right, so I would like to ask everyone at home. Now, what the cop just said, yeah, I probably shouldn't wonder why, if you live here, your key doesn't work in the lock. Exactly, Ed. So, as you can hear with your own ears, the conversation now has turned to, well, she hasn't legally been evicted. And the woman said, yes, she has. The eviction is on the door. The locks have been changed. Like, I don't know what country you operate law enforcement from, but the steps were taken. There's been no one here for 30 days because the locks have been changed. The evictions have been posted. And now the cop says, well, you've been hindering my investigation. Now I'm going to need to see some ID. So I want to ask you guys, regardless of what community you're from, if you rent out a property, and this is all theoreticals, but if you've rented out a property, and now the reason I talk about this is because a lot of times the video that features activists or activism by proponents is just people that have had a sordid past, or they have issues with law enforcement, which is understandable. That's really the main audience that watches activism. That's okay. People get in trouble. They screw up in life and they want to learn exactly what their rights are. Great. That's awesome. That is American of you. But these are not these normal people. So if you are landowners, you're renting out a property, you've went through the proper legal process to evict somebody. They've been evicted successfully. The locks have been changed. The legal eviction notice of standards has been placed on the door, visible to all people to see. And then you show up at your property and you find that a cop broke the prior squatters into the house. And instead of the cop being like, well, we screwed up, let's figure this out, now the cop realizes he's in a little bit of trouble and says, well, now I'm going to need to see your ID. What are you going to do? How are you going to react? What are your thoughts going to be, regardless of where you're from? Stars, that's a good question. I'm not entirely sure. At this point, it looks like they have not asked for a supervisor. And I don't think that they thought that they needed a supervisor because they don't have an arrest record. They have no criminal past history. They're literally showing up at their home to be like, why is the house broken into? So at this point, they're kind of confused as to why the tables are turning. And I think it's fair to say that the deputy realizes he screwed up. And instead of just fixing that, he wants ID. What do you guys think? Let me know in the chat. Let's continue.
Yes, sir. Because I will tell you what, I am quite familiar with my civil rights.
I'm
And
here
you're not going to
investigating a
violate
crime.
me.
That's why I'm here.
There is no crime being committed here. There is no crime being committed. This is private property. Possession is 9/10 of the law. I'm going to.
It isn't even her property.
It is not my property as yet, but the papers are in the works. We have hired an attorney. No, you do not address me.
So, folks, just so you don't get confused, as you saw right there, you saw the woman say, it's not my property as of yet. The property is owned by her family, who is present. She doesn't specifically own the property, but one of the 5 family members that are there own it. She's acting as an agent or representative of this property. If you're a real estate agent, you don't own the property. You're a representative. So that's why she's saying she doesn't physically own it. I didn't want anyone at home to get confused by that. The property is owned by her family and the people present. Star 17 says, I'm going to present my ID and bring up the county auditor's site to show I'm the registered owner. And you know what, Stars? That's an excellent point. And I thank you for typing that in the chat, because this is how we can learn a lot from each other. That is a great way to solve this problem. I don't know what time of day this video was taken, but she could have done that. But this is after watching the video and having some time to formulate our opinion and figuring out what would and wouldn't be the right way to do it. This is a woman that I don't think knew about that. She's just at the property. She's like, oh my God, my home's been broken into. The cops show up and admit that they're the ones that broke into the home. And she's like, what the hell are you guys doing? Get these people out of here. What is wrong with you? And Ed says, except the property records do not show she's the registered owner because her family owns it. That's true, but the family's also present. I just think that in the heat of the moment, that was the furthest thing from her mind. I think she was more confounded by the fact that police broke someone into her home. And I watched this video a bunch of times, and I've been real good lately at trying to break down where even our side in activism could have done something different. This is just bad all the way through, which is why mainstream media has taken such a, not liberal, but accepted. They've taken sides. They've taken the sides of the two women involved, and the story just kind of evolves. It's like an onion. Once you peel back one layer of it, you start to see exactly why this incident is happening. And we'll just continue watching. So I don't want to put words in your mouth. I want you to be able to just draw your own conclusions.
Man, shut up. No, man, you are so back up.
Stop talking.
No, back up. Leave you
Where are we going to arrest him? Obstruction.
So now the police, because they're convinced they're not the homeowners, because they broke the people who they thought were the homeowners, they broke into the home. So now they're telling the homeowners that they have to leave or they're trespassing on their own private property. I shit you not. If it wasn't on video, you wouldn't believe it. Now the homeowners are being trespassed from their own property because they broke the wrong people in.
Obstruction is not a crime. Obstruction is not a crime.
Raise your hand.
Obstruction is not a crime.
Come on.
Obstruction is not a crime. He swung me into you. He swung me into you. Me. Oh, shit. Get that. Go ahead. You're punching her. She's got my gun.
Now, guys, because they're not well trained, the struggle that ensues, this woman winds up sandwiched in between the two people. Now, the officer says, she's got my gun. Now, again, regardless of what side you're from or where you're viewing from or what your thoughts are on police, I'd like you to tell me in the chat. Do you think she grabbed for the gun? 1 for yes, 2 for no. Do you think AFA has side-by-side footage showing the officer blatantly lied and her hand was nowhere near the gun? 3 for yes, the cop lied. 4 for no, the cop was telling the truth. Let the chat speak. Sorry, I'm trying to cut down the weight. So instead of Coke, I've now used sparkling water, raspberry, and it tastes gross. Okay, so people are voting, and I appreciate everyone doing that. So let's stop sharing this screen for a moment and show another screen that shows side-by-side footage. Oh, man. I almost feel bad when cops lie like this because it's a bad look. Okay, maybe you guys at home can help me. If you're a cop, and I'm not saying that if you were a cop, you would do anything bad. And I'm not saying that all cops are bad. Certainly they're not. I have police officers in my family. I've met good cops in my life. I think Chili, for example, not to pull him into this, but his approach that, every single cop is bad. You disrespect all police. That's just not the case. Now, as I've had way more negative encounters with police than I have positive encounters, I have had positive encounters, and some of them have been very positive. And some of those positive encounters had led me to change the way I approach activism. Because we can't say activism, but only believe that our side of things is right. It just doesn't exist. Exit stage left. That part doesn't make sense. But I'm not saying you are the cop, but in this situation, if you're a police officer, and you have a body cam that's going to show everything you do, why would you lie? It makes no sense. It's like committing a crime in front of 1,000 people and then going in front of a camera and saying you didn't commit that crime. Let me pull up this video.
She's punching her. She's punching her.
Nothing.
She's punching her. She's punching her. She's punching her in the face. Look at that. She's punching her in the face. Let go. What does you?
Put your hands on the ground now. Get off of her. You will get tased.
She punched me in my face. She's punching her. She's punching her.
Nothing.
She's punching her. She's punching her. She's punching her in the face. Look at that. She's punching her in the face. Let go. What does you?
Put your hands on the ground now. Get off of her. You will get tased.
She punched me in my face. Yeah, and I'm getting it on the film too. I'm getting it.
All right, folks. So now we're going to stop this screen and I want to bring up this. So the part where she says she's reaching for my gun. The deputy says she's reaching for my gun. I apologize for the pixelation in that. That's the best side-by-side I could get going. That's actually from mainstream media that really did a nice job calling these cops out. They said, Deputy Davis claims that it was Celinda Hayes' left hand that supposedly grabs for her gun. As shown in the side-by-side of Deputy Ballard's body cam and Anita Hayes' video, Celinda's hand was clearly underneath the deputy's head when the deputy declares, she's got my gun. Obviously, the deputy is not being truthful from mainstream media, so I found a still shot. Now, this is the exact moment where they say the deputy's reaching for my gun. You have a deputy that's about 90 pounds soaking wet on the bottom. And as you can see through the body cam, she's trying to take the bigger woman down. Gravity and Newton's law, Murphy's law, whatever it is, Newton's law. Am I confusing laws? Sorry. But gravity takes its course and she falls down. So right now, her hand is underneath the deputy's head. And you might say that that's her fighting back. I mean, at this point, I think I would too. Who knows what anyone would do when you're trying to get out of this type of a situation. However, it's clear that the deputy's gun is free. She is in no way, shape, or form reaching for the deputy's gun. And I'll show you a much clearer camera angle to see that. But this next deputy that's coming in is hearing she's grabbing for my gun. So now he's got a taser to her back. So let's get back to the video, but very clear they're not reaching for any weapons. Now, a lot of people are saying, and I'm going to check the comments now because I forecast, this type of interaction. Gee, you going to come say hi to the people? Come here. Come say hi. Come say hi to everybody. You want to say hi? Okay. Sorry, guys. Gia wants to say hi. Can you say hi to the people? Say hi. Sorry, she's demanding attention. What's that? What's that? What's Gia doing? Oh, okay. You want to get back to the video? Tell the people back to the video. What's that? What's that? Go get it. Okay, let's get back to the video. Sorry about that, guys. Hold on 1 second.
You put your hands on the ground now. Get off of her. You will get tased.
She punched me in my
Okay. You better lay down with her or you are going to get tased. Okay, then get up. Put your hands behind your back now. Now! I'm warning you to put your hands on it.
This webcam. Catch me. Catch me. Catch me.
Daddy, start doing it.
I can't breathe. 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 Get her up. I can't breathe. Get her up. Get her up. Get it. Hey, get off of me. I can't breathe. Hurry up. No. Fucking tyrants. You fucking tyrants. Look at that.
Now, actually, to serve her eviction notice. I would have had to do that.
Serve her an eviction notice. And actually, what, 30 days to get out there, right?
No, that's not.
Yes.
There's no reason.
Okay. So she has 5 days to get out of the house, right?
No, we have to go to court.
All right, now let's go to the next body cam video and excuse Gia. She's an entitled princess, so she's in the background right now playing with Mr. Pickles, who is her squeaky toy. So now I want to go to police brutality escalation. Hold on, guys, bear with me. I have all of them marked off, but I just lost my markings. Where is it? Police brutality escalation. Okay, here we go. Let's play this one.
Wait a second. Oh, yeah.
I can't handle it. I can't handle it anymore.
Well,
And I'm
you know
serious.
what? You know what? You have to. You have no option.
I can't watch this
Ray,
anymore.
don't.
I can't watch
Okay,
this
then go
anymore.
back.
Guys, no matter who you are or where you come from, this is a small child in the background that's literally saying, I can't watch this anymore. It's really terrible. Let me see real quick. I would like to fast forward and keep the child out of it. That is no way good form. I just don't want the kid in it. All right, here we go. We'll fast forward to right about here.
Yes. So, Linda.
That's where it's still recording.
Wait a second. Actually, you better ask them what their names are. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be.
You know their names. You just told me you knew their names.
Yeah, I do know their names. But,
I don't want to throw you in jail for obstruction.
I'm not obstructing.
I'm trying to ask you the names. You just told me you knew their names.
Right, but that's not obstructing justice.
They're not going to tell me the names. I'm trying to get the names from you.
Okay, but why? I don't want to betray my friends.
And shout out to this gentleman for having the wherewithal to say, they didn't. And the cop, what did you do, Gia? Are you playing with my Sony headphones? You know those are not to play with, right? You know you can't play with my Sony headphones? Ow! What are you doing? What do you think about this video? What would you do to those cops? What would you do to them? You'd eat their face. Ow! That's what you do. Ow! Good. Well, I guess that's a good start. All right, say goodbye to the people. Please go play because I'm doing a live stream. Can you do that? No, gentle. I'm gonna hold you like a baby. I would do that to the cops too. You want to show them? What's that? What's that? No? Okay, go be a puppy. Go be a puppy. My bad. This guy is doing a great job by saying, listen, you didn't have probable, no, he didn't say this, I'm paraphrasing, but what he meant to say was, you didn't have probable cause to get their names. I'm not going to give you them. Proceed.
Oh, can he speak to his mom for just a second? Huh? Can he speak to his mom for just a second? Okay.
Yes, stars. So the people that are actually in this video that I guess are the subjects of the investigation that were tased and were ID'd and all that stuff, they're the property owners. Oh, that's my Sony headphones. What are you doing? You can't. All right, guys. I just want to let you know that I no longer have Sony headphones to do my live streams. Good girl, Gia. You solved crime today. That's one for the books. They did. The people that were actually trespassed, that were actually evicted, that the police broke into the house for, they had been served, doors locked, eviction notice posted.
It'll take her a minute.
All right, so now there's another one that's under the same name, and then we'll go to body cam 2. There's a lot of body cam to break down. I've watched hours of this footage. So let me find the next one. It's 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So let's find that. 2:30. I had it start, but it's not showing up right here. As you guys can see, there's so much footage to watch. Please tell you. Hold on. Here's how I can do this. Here's how we'll do this. Bear with me, guys. I'm going to pull the video this way because I had it saved here. All right. Here we go. This is what I want. All right. So let's stop sharing this one. Let's start sharing this one here.
Look at this. Look at this. She's punching her. She's punching her. She's punching her. She's punching her. She's punching her in the face. Look at that. She's punching her in the face. Let go of me. You.
Put your hands on the ground now. Get off of her. You will get tased.
She punched me in my face. God damn it. Let go.
So a struggle does ensue here, I'm not going to lie, but right here is where the cop says she's got my gun. The cop's just clearly getting manhandled. I'm not going to lie. Celinda does fight back. They do fight back because they feel like what's happening to them is egregious and against the law. So I will say that I'm not going to lie and say that she doesn't fight back. She does. The Constitution allows for use up to deadly force to defy and fight against unlawful action from law enforcement or police officers. Would I ever suggest that? No. Let me tell you something, people. If a cop is going hands-on, resist as little as possible. I see people from all over the nation, and they'll watch my videos and they'll be like, oh man, I would have done this and I would have done that. Don't. You guys have day jobs, okay? The activists that tell you fight back, punch that cop in the head. That is a terrible idea. Were they tenants or squatters? I'm asking due to the cops stating I think they're allowed time to leave. Like, what was their date, or was their eviction immediate? So star 17, they were squatters. So they not like tenants. I guess I kind of use that term liberally. So they were squatters. They were not allowed to be there. So the women that are involved in this video went to court and had them properly evicted. Once they were evicted and forcibly removed from the property, they posted an official eviction notice on the property. Hi, Gia. And then they, no, thank you. I'm very busy right now. But could you come back later? You're a crazy dog. What was I saying? All right, so they're evicted, and then the locks are changed. So they've been gone for well over 30 days. It was like a 4-month process. This is just the 30 days after the original 3 months that they were removed from the home. So they've been gone for quite some time. They just called, the cops showed up because they were at the house, and the cops said, oh yeah, let me help you get into your house. No questions asked. So that was really the problem here, is that they had been totally lawfully removed. Now, whether this woman fought back or not, or you agree with her actions, it never should have got this far. It's really super simple. The police have ways to check out this information and to see these people are telling the truth. And I understand why the cop didn't do it. There are so many times in my life, people, where I have made a mistake. I've done something wrong. I've been on the wrong end of something, and I don't handle the situation correctly. And there's been times when this happens where I don't admit that I did wrong when I should. This is a human aspect. This is not just reserved towards police officers. This is something that we as humans do. So it's very hard for this cop to say, oh shit, I'm realizing now that you own the home. I thought the other people owned the home. You lawfully evicted them, and I busted a window allowing them in. I screwed up. I should probably fix this. He doesn't do that. And it's not fruit of the poisonous tree as you would refer to evidence, but I would say it's fruit of the poisonous tree in the argument that if he simply did his job then, nothing else would have happened after that.
Look at this. Look at this. She's punching her. She's punching her. She's punching her. She's punching her. She's punching her in the face. Look at that. She's punching her in the face.
Let go of me.
Punch.
What the
You.
Put your hands on the ground now. Get off of her.
And there the deputy said she's reaching for my gun. Clearly not the case. Her hand is underneath her head.
You will get tased.
She punched me in my face.
God damn it. Let go.
Yep, and I'm getting it on film too. I'm getting it on film, baby. I'm getting it on film.
Put it up.
I'm getting it on film, baby.
She did nothing wrong.
Daryl, are you recording this?
Get up.
Get the fuck off me! Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. I got it on film. She's got her gun out. She had her gun out. Look at this. You do not have your gun out when people are subdued. You do not beat people when they are subdued. You are subduing her and you are hitting her. You got the gun out. You fucking were hitting her in the face. This is all on video. And believe me, we are requesting your body cam. Hey, she can't breathe, damn it. Hey, she can't breathe. Get her up. Get her up. Get her fucking up. She can't breathe. Get her up now. Get her.
Now, here's where I'm going to get called a bootlicker by a lot of people. But there's a difference between proving your point and being safe. Who I am, would not be able to comply with any of their demands. I would not fight because I want to make it home alone. I have children. And so I don't think I would have thrown punches with these cops. However, any activist that tells you to throw punches at these people are out of their fucking mind. When you're in this position, there's another day. There is another day, people. These women went through hell. Take this as a reminder to understand you don't have body cam, you don't have tasers, you don't have firearm, you don't have access to backup that is just as undereducated as these cops are. She wasn't subdued at the time the cop pulled the gun, right? So just live to fight another day. And that's going to sound crazy, but I mean, for real, like in this situation, I would violate my own Fourth Amendment right because you're proving much more of a point to activism by saying, here's my ID, go ahead, look it up, see this house is mine. Like, yeah, you're proving they're an idiot even more, but you also don't have your back broken. I think anyone that says or that tells you to get yourself beat up is absolutely stupid. And I'll catch a lot of flack from that, but you need to live to fight another day. I mean, some people are activists and they do this for a living. I'm one of those people. If you're not, fight these cops, but fight them with video. You know what I mean? You can't, it's just a losing battle. And I think it's coming from a place of growth and the fact that I hate to see physical pain inflicted on people when they're wrong. Like, these cops are wrong. They're dead wrong. It's as simple as realizing that the cops assisted in a crime. They broke someone into a home that had been legally evicted by a court. Come on. But don't get yourself more hurt. I know these people, and it hurts to see what they've gone through and to understand that it's gone from a part of physical injury to where they were prejudiced against because of their sexuality. It's even worse. What do you think, G? What do you think? If you act like a dick right now, it's in front of thousands of people. What do you say? Yeah, that's what I thought. So let's get back to the body cam footage.
Get her up, damn it! Hey, she can't breathe. Get her up! Get her off the fucking ground! Hurry up! Now! Look at you guys! Oh my God! Look at you guys! Look at that! Don't think I didn't saw you hitting her in the face.
Side and get on your knees and get up.
Don't think I didn't see you guys hitting her in the face. Don't think it's not on the camera. It is all on camera, honey.
Your mom has not done anything wrong.
All on camera.
She has done nothing criminal.
All on camera, right here.
Attorney's gonna eat you up.
You're going to get in trouble.
Yep.
She has done nothing illegal.
Record it.
Where's the camera?
Look what she's making. Keep recording it, Carol. No, ma'am. I did nothing.
What has she done? What has she done?
Carol.
I'm trying.
I have done nothing.
I know it.
Sorry, guys, I was muted. Whoops, I'm minding a dog. There would be a time years ago where I would say, Ed's comment is stupid and you should never follow it. Because this is what a bootlicker would say. You always fight the cops and punch back and do this and do that. But the chances of you surviving it at the end of the day, if you don't have 90,000 subscribers, 20 million views, and translated into 26 languages, the cops might say, fuck it, kill him. It's just not worth the chance. If you don't do this for a living, your main goal, despite what any activist, auditor, whatever they want to call you, whatever they tell themselves at night when they go to sleep, your goal should be to get home alive. And he says, I agree. The cops are wrong. You know they are wrong. You know you can show they're wrong. Just be cool, calm, and get a supervisor. This is activism also. And it may not be the hardcore activism that gets a 20 million plus view video. Hell, I haven't got that far as a video goes. I've only got one with 2 million views. But it's about achieving your goal, people. It's about, do the ends justify the means? In this situation, these women did great. I absolutely love them, and I don't think they could have done better. Their rights were clearly violated. If you're dealing with this, get a supervisor and get a win, because this cop's losing long run, 100%. But these women, with what they had, did absolutely great. I'm trying to get them up here right now. Let's go to the next body cam. This is frame by frame. That's a little too slow. I'm going to be having them up here next Friday, where we're going to speak to them. Wrong.
You have Corona.
Road.
Wrong.
Wrong.
Okay.
This is a
Where'd you
private
go to
road.
legal school at?
I went to legal school.
Yeah, well, you know
I
the
went
law
to
more than
legal
I do,
school.
correct?
Damn right I did.
Okay, then why don't you tell me the trespassing statute?
I'm not quite familiar with that,
Yeah.
but I can
I
tell
didn't
you
think
for
you
a
would.
fact. that
Listen,
we're entitled
dude,
to be
back up,
Okay.
back up 6 feet. You
Yeah,
have
that's all
Corona.
right. We're
Yeah,
going
there's
live.
coronavirus.
What's going on?
We're going live. Hold on.
What's going on?
What's going on is these people have no authority to be here.
Okay.
These people have no authority to be here. They need to go. They've been asked to leave. This private road, this private property.
Not a private road. This is actually a county road.
No, sir, it is not.
Okay. Tell me where this road leads.
I wish I could get out of
Leads
this
into that county
situation.
road over there.
That's not a
Where
county
there's like
road.
4 or 5 houses. Yes.
No, that's not a county
Yes.
road, sir.
There's also a house on a
No,
dead
it is
end.
not a county road. We
Yeah,
can
there's a house
dispute
right
this.
here.
We can dispute this.
Okay.
But we'll be providing all the details to the sheriff's department.
Okay, that's fine. So why are you guys here?
Where we're
No, it's not. It's not a private road at all.
All right, they're trying to come up as we speak. And great job. This is the people reaching out to the city and getting feedback that the road actually is private. The police have no right to be there. They were legally trespassed. Miss Hayes, as per our conversation, West 1350 Drive is not a roadway that the ODOT provides credit for and is locally indicated by the suffix DR Drive. This roadway is not publicly maintained. As to the question of any easements granted to the county, I do not have the capacity at present to research that as I am out of town. I can say that I am not aware of any. So this email is attesting to the fact that these women were absolutely right. The cops were trespassing on public property when they were asked to leave by the homeowners, but they were broke. But the police helped the people that didn't live there break in. And there is a video where they admit that they broke the wrong people into the house. Let me find that for you. It's called like admits they broke window. Let me try and find it. They're trying to come up right now, but they're having some technical difficulties. Stand by 1 sec, guys. Now, guys, have you subscribed to Washington County Reality Check? Where is it? Where is it?
All on camera, right here. Attorney's gonna eat you up. Eat you up.
You're going to get in trouble. Yep. There's nothing illegal.
Record it.
Where's the camera?
Look what she's making. He's recording. No, ma'am. I did nothing.
What has she done? What has she done?
Gerald.
I'm trying.
I have done nothing.
I know it.
Figure it out.
All right. Hey, so I got you live, okay?
Okay.
All right. So guys, I wanted to mute real quick just so I could let her know that she was live. So on the phone, I have one of the people involved in the video. Next Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're going to be talking about this completely 100% and having them up here to review everything. But I would like to introduce everyone now to Celinda. Celinda, can you hear me?
Yes.
Can everyone at home put a 1 if you can hear Celinda? So, Celinda, part of what I wanted to break into that I'll just touch briefly upon now. Folks can see in the video whether they agree or they disagree that you should have been physical. I think that you had every right to be because they were trespassing on private property. And instead of the cop wondering what the family who owns the property should be doing on the property, they should have been far more interested in the fact that they broke in squatters into the property and assisted in a crime. But the issue didn't stop there. You went to the sheriff's department. You were incarcerated. Now you were charged with, if I understand this correctly, you were charged with, hold on a second, I'm just going back here, obstruction and assault and battery, right?
Yes. Assault and battery, yes.
Okay, and Anita was just charged with obstruction.
Right.
Okay. Now you get to the jail and everything went pretty smoothly there, or what happened?
No, I got there first. We arrived at the same time. I got there first, and they were dragging Anita in by her ankles and her wrists, and they threw her in a cell, and 5 of the jailers got in there and was standing on her hands and wrists, and a big old dude on her back.
Was there a reason that they were treating her with such contempt or lack of passion?
When Summer Davis first brought her in, she told him, I guess, rough her up, I'm not sure. But
said, you're going to have to drag her out because that's how we got her in.
yeah, she instructed the jailers to drag Anita out because that's how they got her in.
Okay, now, did they make any comments that were unsavory, may have violated your sensibilities, your civil rights, or hers?
Yeah, so while the 5 jailers were in on Anita, Davis was out in the booking area, the main booking area, and she was making all kinds of sexual comments and saying that I was trying to touch her and all of this stuff. It was ridiculous.
Wait, they were making sexual comments to you?
No, about me, but I was right there.
So were these comments, I mean, I guess either way, whether they're towards you because they're interested or they're against you because of your sexuality, I don't think it really matters why, but you took inference from this scenario that your lifestyle or sexuality, your choice of truth may have been a part of this attack and incident. Can you elaborate on that?
Like I said, all the sexual comments, and while Ballard was on me, I'm not quite sure what happened, but his pants were wet and my back was wet, And I'm not, you know.
Yeah, no, I understand. You know, and I don't even want to pursue that part too much. You were brave enough to move forward with a lawsuit, and I don't want to get too much into this because we're going to make sure we have time to get you up here and set things up. And people that normally watch activism videos, they a lot of times get interested in activism because they have some type of criminal past where they're, you know, now they want to get educated in their rights, but you don't fall under that category, do you? You have a pretty normal life. You're kind of the person that normally would support police. Am I right?
Well, Anita has no criminal record, but I do. I did have a run-in with the judicial system in Washington County already back in 2013, and I took it to jury trial. And it went from assault and battery with a deadly weapon to the jury finding me guilty of domestic assault. It was a run-in with my brother-in-law.
And these type of things happen. And 2013, that's what, 9 years ago, you know, you guys are, and she has no record. You guys are living your best life and trying to enjoy what life has to
small
offer.
Business owners. We work hard. We shop local. We support our community, but we pay our taxes. You know, we are property owners. You know, we're productive members of our community, and we never expected anything like this to happen, and as quickly as it did.
Yeah, I mean,
within 8 minutes of the cops arriving, we've both been tased and arrested, and Anita drug off to a car.
Yeah, I was going to say 8 minutes from the moment deputies arrive. Now, keep in mind, there's normally about 2 minutes grace period where they're calling in the call. They're giving the 10-8 that they're not under duress. They're getting information from dispatch. So all intents and purposes, realistically, 6 minutes at a call, both people have been tased. 10-year-olds had a gun pointed at them, and everyone present is being threatened with arrest. Let me ask you a question. So you guys, your family is the property owners. So you've went through the legal process of doing everything right, evicting these people, changing the locks, and doing all that shit. Were you more surprised by the fact that the police broke them in, or that the police are trying to trespass you from your own property?
Owns the property with trespassing on his own property. He was right here.
Well, you know what? I thank you. Gia, come here. Sorry, my dog's being crazy.
We didn't know until we got their body cam footage that they had broken the window.
So my dog
started going to court for criminal charges before we ever got the body cam videos, and we had to go through our attorney.
So I would ask everyone to tune in next Friday. Gia, come here. Sorry, guys. My dog is being incorrigible. She needs to go outside. So we didn't even plan to have Celinda up here this week, but I wanted you guys just to put a voice to a name to a face. So everyone here, I appreciate you being here. Next Friday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, should that all work, I'm going to have Anita and Celinda up here. We're going to break down the body cam footage together. We're going to talk about the lawsuit. We're going to talk about everything that led up to this case. And we're going to talk about how things could have been changed and how things should have been changed and everything that they've went through. I would ask everyone, if you please could, just for a second, because, you know, you might just say that I'm giving a biased opinion on it. Decide for yourself. You can literally go to their channel. It's on screen in front of you. It's called Washington County Reality Check. Every single angle of every single video, whether it's taken by them on their personal phones or it's their body cam, is available. So you can draw your own conclusion. But I would like everyone to understand that these women are not down and out, and neither should you be. They have decided, and I quote, "We have to fight against insurmountable odds, against forces overwhelming." And I think that they should be supported, regardless of what side of the fence you are on. this is a cause. This is a good cause. We believe that we, the people, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, and promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings for ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish a more perfect union. That means no matter where you're from, what you look like, who you pray to, who you love, what their anatomy is, you have not just a constitutional right, but a human right to live free and die happy. These women, I would not only argue, but I would demand and insist, were deprived that basic right by police officers that were underpaid, overwhelmed, and undereducated. And you have the ability at home right now to change that simply by getting involved in your local government and sticking up for what you believe in. And dare I say that some of the people that live in her area have not done that. But you have the ability to change that by putting some real pressure on the Washington County Sheriff's Office, by redressing your grievances, by petitioning your government and asking them why this case is so bad that even lamestream media is calling the Sheriff's Department out. So, Celinda, we will see you and Anita next week, Friday at 5 p.m. And I want to thank you for your bravery because when I looked up her profile, the first thing I saw underneath her name was the description of her. And it said civil rights activist. And I applaud you for doing what you do.
Thank you.
So
we appreciate it.
We'll see you next week. And I was supposed to do this yesterday, but things have been crazy for me. I can't wait. So thank you for being brave. My love to you as always. And I hope the Washington County Sheriff's Department is ready to get some phone calls, because I don't think they're doing such a hot job. In fact, let me check real quick while I have you on the phone, because this is the favorite part of my day. This is a nationwide game that's taken over. Not really, but we'll just say that. This is the Washington County Sheriff's Office, not in Montpelier, Vermont. Why can't I find it? What city is it in?
Washington County, Bartlesville, B-A-R-T.
Yeah, no, that's what I was thinking. Why isn't it?
Or just Washington County, Oklahoma.
Why isn't it showing up here? I want the Google reviews one. Holy smokes. Washington County Sheriff's. And then it's spelled Bartles, Bartlesville, Oklahoma. Why doesn't the Google? Oh, here we go. It shows up on Google, but it doesn't have a review. That's odd. Then you can't give it a rating. Huh.
That's because they closed it.
They have it listed as a hotel. Hold on. They're on Facebook. Okay. Hold on, guys. Y'all, this is who we're talking about right here. That's probably going to cover your screen. Let me get that off.
It's 918-337-2800.
So if y'all want to redress your grievances, you have the information available to you. I want to thank everyone for being here. We will catch you Friday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Appreciate you guys. Appreciates the mods. Appreciate the members. But mostly appreciate Celinda and Anita. Thank you so much, and we'll catch you next week.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Take it easy. Love you guys. Catch you on the next one. That's the reason I stopped you today. Stay tuned. And I got to check something out real quick. To end things on a funny note, let's see if this guy's got his video out yet. Doesn't have it. Sugar. Hold on. I want to see if Flat Dirt maybe sent it to me in an email. He did. Let me see if I can. All right. Let me see if I can share this with you guys. This is from Flat Derp. Yes. Flat Derp. Share, like, subscribe to Flat Derp. Let's check out what he sent us and enjoy. Hello, folks, and you're probably facing the same problems as millions of Americans. You need to find Chili de Maria de Castro, and you just don't know how to do it. Well, Coded Great White solves all your problems. That's right, it's the new app, Coded Great White. Maybe there's a grift or a mark in your neck of the woods that you just can't pull off, and you need a professional con man to assist you in pulling off that grift. Search no more. Coded Great White will tell you Chili's exact location so he can assist you with stealing their money today. This app is a home run, just like the dollar signs above every victim that he grifts from. Order today and use the coupon code Lyle DeCastro is my brother, and you'll get 20% fucking off right now. 20%. And for 4 easy payments of 9 trifolds, you can get the fucking shipping for free. That's right, 20 fucking % off. Order today. Giving Chili thousands of dollars does not actually guarantee you'll have any part of this app or even receive it. This cannot be misconstrued as defamation. See DeCastro v. Peters, where trolling is issued legal. Any payments or donations can be made to Maxwell Troll Mafia, trolling for the purpose. Code Great White is a subsidiary of Chili Defames People Inc. None of these coupons will actually apply. Guys, yo, please. He's trying to get to 2K. That hasn't even been released yet. Go to Flat Derp. As you can see, I'm subscribed. I got the notification bell set to always. Dude's just comical. He's made fun of me. I love a great trolling. And I don't think he needs much. How much does he need? Not much at all, like 100 subscribers. If everyone that's in here right now goes to Flat Derp and subscribes, maybe he'll just release the full video unedited for you guys. I think you guys would all love that. How's my ass taste? Man, I hope you're well. Feel free to email me, brother, theafacrew@gmail.com. I'll type it, theafacrew@gmail.com. And then again, anyone is welcome to email me at any time. I do try and get back to all the emails. What's up, Playboy? What's up, Playboy? That's my email address. I'd like to thank everyone for being here, for watching this video, and for having your opinion. I would like everyone to have their own opinion now. Before I end this thing, type in the chat. Do you think that these women were right? Press 1. Do you think the police were right? Press 2. Let's see what the chat has to say. And shout out to the original Playboy, Lyle. They were right, press 1. Police were right, press 2. That's what I said, right? Yeah, of course. Oh, did I mistype it? Shit. Did I misspell the AFA crew? I did. Sorry. Thanks for pointing it out. The AFA crew at Gmail. You guys are the best. I have the best viewers ever. You guys are smart where I am dumb. That's my email address. How's my ass taste? I really hope you're doing well, man. How's my ass taste? You guys don't know him. But right from the beginning, I haven't heard from him recently, but he was just a great supporter, still is a great supporter. He's just excellent for activism, really nice guy. I hope you're doing well, man. I really do. So let's look through what you guys think. One. A lot of people thinking the cops did wrong. By the way, Nima, shout out, going to be on the billboard. Ed, 1. Yeah, I think so too. I do think so. I think if we could go back and change the world, never let them see you sweat. You know that, Playboy. Right. Yeah. And you'll need to see more video, which is why I say go to their page and check out what they have going on so you can make up your own minds. I never want to shove something down your throat, because if I take what I think is right and I try and shove it down your throat, you might not buy it. We're not bridging any gaps. You guys are literally just either believing or not believing what I have to say. Investigate it yourself. And don't forget, that's the reason I stopped you today. Keep an eye out for the AFA crew, because I feel like we got some bombs to drop. That's the reason I stopped you today. Shout out to everyone watching. Members, mods, chat, Celinda, Anita. Appreciate all you guys. And I'll see you on the next one.